Good morning, dear students. Let us see the revision of previous chapter, drug distribution methods in hospital. Drug distribution method is a scientific way of distributing drugs in the hospital. It is a very important system need to be followed in hospital to avoid medication errors. There are many scientific way of distributing medicines in hospital. The drug distribution we can majorly classified into inpatient distribution, outpatient distribution. This drug distribution system falls in three categories. It is ward controlled system. In ward, we used to control that system, and pharmacy controlled imprest based system, pharmacy controlled patient issue system, like that. And this drug distribution system majorly classified into outpatient services, inpatient services. Outpatient services in the department, here outpatient refers to patients not occupying beds. So they will come, visit hospital, collect medicines and go. So here directly by viewing their prescriptions, the medicines will be dispensed by the pharmacist in the pharmacy counters. The patients with minor or common illness go to the OPD for consultation to the physician. Here the prescribed medicines will be dispensed. So here chances of medication error is less. But in case of inpatients, every day, time to time, depends on the problem, depends on the seriousness. The order may the medication order may differ accordingly, and the distribution need to be a suitable system need to be followed. An outpatient department layout, if you see, it will be like this. A pharmacy, in that storage facilities will be there, then dispensary, and this is the office. There the documents will be maintained, ledgers will be maintained, stock registers will be maintained, and this is the area in which the patient's drug distribution may takes place. Outpatient activity chart. This is doctor writes a prescription, and the prescription is received by the pharmacist, and for the prescription the medicines will be collected from various racks, and it will be selected based on the quantity prescribed, everything, and then proper medicines will be prescribed, the proper prescribed quantity will be collected, and then labeling will be done according to the patient's need, and then pricing will be done, dispensed to the patient. Here patients then after that payment receipt will be issued, and a copy of the prescription will be filed in the pharmacy for our reference, and this is the systematic procedure. And in the prescription, if it is a regular prescription, it will be filed separately. If it is a prescription contains narcotic medicines, then it will be filed separately. This is the system we follow for outpatient services. Inpatient services, the drug distribution to the inpatient carried out from the outpatient dispensing area only. The staff involved in dispensing the drug for outpatient can dispense drugs for inpatients also. If the workload seems to be heavy, then additional personnel can be employed. If it is a big size hospital, then a separate unit pharmacy can function to dispense only for inpatients. Then there are 4 systems for inpatient drug distribution we are normally following in hospital. Depends on the manpower, workload, bed strength of hospital. We can follow any one suitable method among this. Individual prescription order system is one method. Complete floor stock system, combination of about these two, and unit dose dispensing method. Individual prescription order, floor stock system, floor stock drug distribution system, combination of individual order and floor stock drug distribution system is another method. And then unit dose drug dispensing method. We'll see one by one what is their advantage, how it is done. You see first individual prescription order system, how it is done. This system is mainly used in small or private hospitals. Because of its economic consideration and reduced manpower requirements, we are following individual prescription order system. Here, the advantage is all medicines ordered are directly reviewed by pharmacists. It provides closer liaison among pharmacist, physician, nurse, and the patient. It improves closer control of inventory. Directly, each prescriptions will be received by pharmacists, reviewed by pharmacists, and then dispensing will be done. Disadvantages are there may be possible delay in obtaining the required medications for administration to the patient. If the patient inpatient, if they are in emergency, then we cannot follow this procedure. It become delay for supply. Increase in the cost of the patient. That is another. Actually, some unused medicines also will be charged, and there is no option to return take back. So cost wise it is higher. Next method is complete floor stock system or floor stock drug distribution system. Here floor stock means we don't depend always on the main pharmacy. In the wards, in every wards, there will be a satellite pharmacy that will maintain floor stock. That will be under the control of nursing stations. Drugs are stored at the nursing stations and are administered by nurses according to the chart order of the physician. Here, we should note that the chart order of the physician is directly received by nurses, not by the pharmacist. Only commonly used drugs are stocked on the floor stock. Narcotics or some need special attention drugs will be stored supplied from the main pharmacy only. Advantages are the drugs are readily available for administration. It is very near to the inpatient wards, so easily, immediately, the medicines will be taken from the nursing station and it will be administered. Here, the delay procedure to delay is not happens. Minimum return of drugs. That means how much it is required, that much only will be administered. So exact administered quantity will be billed. Reduced inpatient prescription order. That means it is supplied directly from the floor stock, and the and accordingly it is billed. So their burden of payment is reduced. Reduction in number of pharmacy personnel required. That is another. Mm, we can keep it here advantage only. Reduce number of pharmacists are required, and but one way the supervision of pharmacist is essential, because the knowledge of drug should be shared through the pharmacist to the other healthcare community people. That is always important. Disadvantages are increase in chance of medication errors. Yeah, because the nursing station's workload is higher, and the additional duty they are doing is maintaining the stock and also uh, distributing the medicines. Increase in drug inventory. Increasing drug inventory, because the stock which is maintained in these nursing stations will not be updated in time. So the stocks which are completed in main pharmacy will be ordered immediately. So the reorder will be placed, but the drug may be available in any one satellite pharmacy. So that is not direct under the direct control of pharmacist. So immediate stock situations will not come to know. Increase chance of drug deterioration due to lack of improper storage facilities and due to unnoticed drug degradation. So that is possible because we don't maintain proper storage conditions in all the satellite pharmacies. There will be a cold storage facility only in one place or in few places. So 1 or 2 days if we keep, also the drug deterioration may start. So such problems are higher. Increased workload of nurses are also another factor, so proper attention will not be there in this system. Drugs on the nursing stations are known as floor stock drugs. There are two type of floor stocks: charged floor stock drugs, non-charged floor stock drugs. Actually, the floor stocks are classified into two categories: charged floor stock, non-charged floor stock. So that will be segregated according to the specifications given to the nursing stations. So some medicines, for example, bandages, syringes, like that. If for individual one syringe, they don't bill. For one bandages applied, they don't bill. Actually, per day bed charges will be there in hospital. It will be included in that. So each and every items comes under non-charge flow stock will not be charged. Only medicines will be billed separately. So that is the reason we are maintaining stock, certain stocks in the ward pharmacy, and from there it is distributed, because the bandages, syringes, disposable syringes, everything will be in high demand, and it should be immediately required. So, and for that we no need to come to the main pharmacy every time. So that is why it is separately kept in the ward pharmacy itself. Dispensing of charged floor stock drugs. These are drugs for which patient is charged for every single dose administered to patients. Selection of these drugs is made by pharmacy and therapeutic committee. So which are the drugs need to be there in this charged flow stock? All antibiotics, all costly medicines, all narcotics, like that. They will give a list accordingly. We have to segregate and keep. So the nursing people, those who are maintaining the stock, should know which is charged flow stock, which is non-charged. Charged flow stock drugs are stored at various nursing stations. An envelope is used to dispense such drugs. So we can mark over the envelope how much dose is prescribed to which patient. And then dispensing of non-charge flow stocks, how we will do in ward pharmacy. These are medicaments placed at the nursing stations for the use of all patients on the floor. So a drug basket method will be followed. This is the drug basket method. In each floor we use these baskets kept in a trolley, and identifications will be made by using some envelopes. In that, a particular patient's medicines will be kept, and it will be sent in trolley to the particular ward, directly to the bed of the patient. Mobile dispensary units. It is a specially constructed stainless steel truck. It measures 60 inches height, 48 inches wide, and 25 inches deep. So this is a standard size we are following for these trolleys. In this, the medicines, baskets, everything will be kept and sent to the pharmacy. One person can carry everywhere and supply this medicine wherever it is required, and it will be received by verified and received by nursing stations. The carts, these trolleys will be filled by a nursing staff, and it will be supplied by an healthcare professional, and it will be received in by another nursing staff, those who are working in the ward. Combination of individual drug order and flow stock system. Some advantages also there in this flow stock system. Also in individual drug order also many advantages are there. If you combine this both, we can have a role for pharmacists in this system, and we can nullify some disadvantages uh, in this previously discussed sections. So it is a type of drug distribution system that uses individual prescription or medication order system as their primary means of dispensing, but also utilizes a limited flow stock. And unit dose dispensing. This is another type of fourth type of drug distribution system. Here, unit dose medication is defined as those medications which are ordered, packaged, handled, administered, and charged in multiples of single dose units containing predetermined amount of drug or supply sufficient for one regular dose application or use. One single dose for required for administration at the time will be prepared, and identifications will be made over that one dose packing. It will be sent to the particular patient. Here the billing will be done only for the dose, not for the entire 10 tablets strips like that. How many it is used, how many it is going to be used, only that one will be charged. So that is the advantage. So at a time we will send only the required measured amount of medicines only. So here the medication errors not at all possible. We don't give overdose to a patient. That kind of problems will not be there. So here and the role of pharmacist is very much important here, because they will only prepare the required dose and send to the ward. Patient receives improved service and are charged for only those doses which are administered. Nurses get more time for direct patient care. So here the medicines preparation is taken care by pharmacists. So nurses will have more time to take care of patients. Medication errors are minimized, reduced. More space is available in nursing station by eliminating bulky floor stock. It never be stored there. It will be maintained in satellite pharmacies maintained by pharmacists. It eliminates wastages of drugs and pilferages. Disadvantages are also there. It requires more space since packaging material increases the bulk of the dosage form. For each and every dose to be packed, separate packing equipments we should containers we should maintain in pharmacy. It requires increased number of skilled personnel in the pharmacy, and the cost of medication is increased to the patient due to increased handling charges. Many pharmacists required methods of dispensing unit dose. There are two ways we are dispensing this unit dose: CUDD, DUDD, centralized unit dose drug distribution system, and decentralized unit dose drug distribution system. These are the two different way of dispensing these unit doses: centralized, decentralized. Centralized means the medicines will be supplied from the central pharmacy. Decentralized means it will be supplied from various satellite pharmacies. Satellite pharmacies are many branch pharmacies. It will be kept in various wards, but it will be maintained by pharmacist. All inpatient drugs are dispensed in unit doses, and all the drugs are stored in central area of the pharmacy and dispensed at the time the dose is to be given to the patient. To operate the system, delivery devices such as medication cart or pneumatic tubes are used. This is pneumatic tubes. Pneumatic tubes. In this, the one unit of dose will be kept and stored in this, and it will be supplied like this through this, and it will with an identification mark, and it will be received by nursing stations one by one. Wherever it in the this tubes will be carried, and wherever required it will be delivered, and it will be received there based on the identification mark. It will be received by nursing stations, and it will be supplied to the patients. Decentralized unit dose drug distribution system. This operates through small satellite pharmacies located on each floor of the hospital. The main pharmacy is for procurement, storage, manufacturing, and packaging. Then satellite pharmacies will involve in drug distribution. Procedure is the patient profile card is prepared upon admission to the hospital. So patient profile card will be maintained, and in that prescriptions are sent directly to the pharmacist. It will be filed there, and the pharmacist checks the medication order and verifies any clarification that will be consulted with the prescribed physician, and then accordingly junior pharmacist picks medications and order and place drugs in cart. The pharmacist check cart prior to release. The nursing the nurses are administering the drugs and make the entry in their record. Their drug administration chart will be maintained in the ward. That they will make entries. Upon return to the pharmacy, the cart is rechecked. whether it is administered or not administered, everything will be rechecked. Dispensing of controlled drugs. Here we should have a special care. Also, we should maintain the prescriptions and issued by the doctor in proper filing is required. And special guidelines were there to issue such controlled drugs. These drugs should kept under lock and key only. A separate register should be maintained to register them. A medical superintendent is over responsible for handling of controlled drugs. So always the prescriptions will be countersigned by medical superintendents. Uh, any misuse, anything found in our circle, that should be reported immediately in a proper prescribed format. Chief pharmacist procures, stores, and dispense the drugs. Prescription of narcotics. Under Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985 must include following informations. We need patient's full name, address, date, name and strength of the medicine, quantity of drug required, signature of the prescriber, dose and route of administration, all to be given. It should be collected before dispensing the medicine. If the required drug is not in the stock, the complete controlled drug prescription must be written on hospital prescription blank form by registered medical practitioner and signed. Delivery of narcotic drugs from the pharmacy to the ward should be carried out by reliable person only, by a pharmacist only. After dispensing, nurses resume responsibility for administration, control and auditing of the inventory. After that, it is their responsibility. They should sign in the proper registers maintained in their stations. If patient refuses or doctor cancels any dose, nurse should destroy the drug in a sink and record refused by patient or cancelled by doctor. And there is an register for spillages that should be maintained. So up to now, what we are discussing are common drug distribution methods. In modern hospitals nowadays, we are following many novel drug distribution methods. We are using robotics also in this field. Uh, Adhering packaging program is one method. Each patient receives a medication strip with individual dose in individual pouches. It is clearly marked with the date and time of administration and the medication they contain. So all the patients need to do is to tear open the pouch at the time and take the content. So the pouch cannot be replaced again. So it is use and throw. So that indicates it is opened and used. Adhering packaging is like this. It will be. In this, you can see the patient name is written and medication name and strength is there, and what is the time at which it should be administered, 8 a.m. It is mentioned in this, and the barcode. So tampering is or overwriting, changing the patient's name, not at all possible. Packaging machine. This kind of packaging machines are used in pharmacies to pack individual doses. And automated dispensing cabinets. Here you can fill the patient's details, and you can type or scan the barcode of the prescription, and you can collect the automatic medicine dispensing machines. You can collect. Automated dispensing cabinet is a computerized drug storage device or cabinet designed for hospitals. The automated dispensing cabinet ADM provides proper storage, inventory control, and security for pharmaceuticals at the time of point of care. It can be used only by authorized users who are authenticated by password. It is placed in wards, ICU rather than in central pharmacy. So this is one way the flow stocks are maintained nowadays. Advantages are the commonly needed pharmaceuticals are at the point of care. It will reduce the workload of nurses. Controlled substances remain in stock lockbox unit, secure lockbox unit, needed until needed and secure lockbox until needed, and access is secured by multi-factor authentication. with finger bar. We can apply barcode reading, fingerprint reading, or password or face detection. Many secured ways we can secure the medicines, lock and key. ADM, automated drug dispensing machines can improve patient safety by providing drug allergy alert, drug-drug interactions, and advice on high-risk medications. That automated voices can be recorded there and may provide advices, extract permissions also. Automated process is like this: the doctor writes prescription, and the hospital clerk scans, faxes prescription to the pharmacist, and pharmacist inputs into computer. So there, then it is authorized and it is come to online, and then robots select barcoded drugs and fill prescription order. According to the barcode, it collect medicines, and nurses scans barcode and administer medications to patients. So using barcode, they may identify the patients, and doctors enters prescription into computer. Here I missed this. Here doctors writes, clerk and scans, and pharmacist inputs, and then this doctor enters the medicines into the computer. So the final authentication upload is done by doctors, and it will be verified and it will be uploaded into computer. Then robots receive this information. Accordingly, it will collect the medicines, and then the nursing stations will verify the medicines by using barcode. This is the current novel drug distribution systems. Robotic drug dispensing. This is the way it is done in hospitals. The robots can store up to 35,000 medicines and dispense around 12 prescriptions in less than a minute. So like this, nowadays the hospitals are functioning. So the patient's waiting time is significantly reduced. The dispensing process will be paper-free, as the robots will store the prescriptions as soon as the doctor documents it electronically. This also allows the pharmacist to focus on giving the customers the right instruction on taking the medication. So these are the references. According to our syllabus, we are having that 4 drug distribution systems only. These extra informations for our additional knowledge provided this novel drug distribution systems in this discussion. Okay, prepare well. If you need doubt, just input your comments in Google Classroom platform. Thank you.